Hi, welcome to the new session. This session is going to be about training and development. Training and development is a very important aspect in the organization. Normally, some of the philosophers they say that training and development is like eyes and hands of an organization. Most important icons in the organization because this is the category that will enhance the capability of the workforce in the organization. If any company is not having training and development department, that company is really off the track and they cannot go to the direction. All of the modern companies and good companies, they have this training and development setup where they always keep a track of employees' skills and they try to give them required training. The human resource department of good companies is always active to find out what are the new skills that should be given to the employees. And training and development is that sort of aspect which is really, really important in modern corporations. Training actually is enhancing the efficiency of an employee to perform the task. And coaching is about that you're giving training on the side, hands on training. And of course, there's a mentoring as well. That when the junior person is attached with senior person to learn some of the senior tactics, how he's dealing, how she's dealing with the workplace. So the junior employee learns from that. So this is kind of mentoring process. But if you want to learn more about this one, what training development is about, why we require that, have you ever asked this question from yourself that why training and development is actually required? Yes, when I ask this question why training and development is required, I'm sure you definitely excuse me, you definitely be thinking about that the training development is actually improving the employee performance. You might be thinking it provides the training to make employees to provide a good service to customers and it enhances the customer satisfaction. Training and development has become the source of employee retention in the organizations. And of course, training and development is definitely increasing improved skill sets of the employees. And training and development is also source of employee empowerment and boosting morale. And training and development is really giving you career advancement and that will help you to bring competitive competitive advantage in the organization. And the training and development is another source that you can attract highly skilled employees to your company. And there are many other things we can talk about that why training and development is required. So training and development is one of the important aspect as I have mentioned. And for you to learn about training and development is that you utilize training, identify training needs assessment, and try to see if your company can afford to give the training. But normally try to identify in a sense that this requires or not, who will be giving training to whom, which employees and which employees are supposed to be trained and why they are trained, how much motivational level of those employees there in the training. If some of the employees you want to provide training and they are not motivated, this is going to be illogical and wastage of resources. So try to give the training and development to the motivated employees, to the exciting employees, the employees who show enthusiastic behavior, and they show interest that they want to contribute something. They want to learn some new skills so that they can utilize those skills for organizational purposes. For that reason, you have to work hard as an HR person. That why training and development is required. In a similar fashion, if you see what's training, coaching, and mentoring, which I've just said, training is to enhance the skills of the employees. Coaching is hands-on training, and mentoring is when you're learning something from senior, or sometime maybe it's a new word for you, reverse mentoring as well. Sometimes senior people can learn from junior people. Maybe senior person who's very good in management leadership, but he's not good in technology or information systems or AI aspects. Then that person can learn from junior, less experienced person. So that's known as reverse mentoring. So how we should provide training to employees? We should provide training to employees through training and development by evaluating training needs assessments, TNAs. We should provide training to employees based on the purposes and strategic plans of the organization. You should provide training to the employees based on the interest of those employees. You should provide training to employees based on the modern skills that are required for the company. Why coaching is important? Because coaching is giving you the real experience. If a person who's training you has done half a dozen implementations in any organization, and he wants to transfer the same experience to you, that's really important. How the training is required, how the coaching is required. And if somebody has done these half a dozen implementation, he gives you same exposure, same experience to you. You can imagine how many things you can improve. So if he gives the experience to all of the people, and other people are learning, so coaching is like that. And what is the best way to mentor employees? When you put them in that department, when we try to mentor employees uh, based on the future plans and based on the seniority level, and based on some of the employees who are really good, they need little bit mentoring things so that they can perform excellent in the company. So that's the way that the employees should be mentored. And why training and development is required? Yeah, definitely. If you see these two, for organizations, you're enhancing productivity, innovation, and competitive advantage. So for organizations, when people are now people, you want people to put efforts. You want people to utilize their skills. You want people to utilize their exposure. And if they are having that experience, if they are having that expertise, then they can utilize in the company. And for that reason, you need training and development to make those people utilize their exposure. They're excited, they need a little bit support into that. And for organization, definitely it's going to be new skills, new innovation, new advantage. We'll say, oh, this company has lots of great employees and they are so competitive, they're so good. And intellectual capital and the trained people are going to be one of the asset in your company. And the same fashion, if you see the second point for employees, this is for skill enhancement, career development, and job satisfaction. People are always happy when they have a great training, when they have opportunity for the training in the organization. They always feel so much satisfied when they see some of the training opportunities in the company, because it's not about that they need to learn those skills for their personal learning, but it's for professional growth, that the same skill which they have learned in the training will be utilized in their task, and then they will be having so much great experience, and they definitely will be having some chance to be promoted and getting more salaries and everything, because their performance will be improved. And these are three things which we have just talked about, all of different authors, different sayings given by them. And you see, coaching and mentoring or development approaches based on the use of one-to-one conversations to enhance individual skills. And this is the definition by CIPD 2022. And the other definition, the mentor or coach may be the best uh, blessed of identifying training and development needs for individual employees. Yeah, they can also identify future talent as well. So this is another one that was given. And the third one, if you see, also is guiding you and encouraging employees in the development of the workplace and career direction. Now, all of these three, if I put in a nutshell, is that like a mentor is a person who is giving the practical experience to the junior person. A coach is a person who's giving hands-on experience right now, having that person some of the background in that particular task or particular job that person performs. So coaching is like a form of development which we talk about. So it's coaching is a form of development in which an experienced person called a coach supports a learner or client in achieving a specific personal or professional goal by providing the guidance. And that is possible when, after this, when you provide such coaching to people, so you're capable to manage those people and make them to perform better in the organization. So these are three aspects I have just mentioned for your learning, because you are HR professional and you're learning about these three important aspects of coaching and mentoring. This is a really important one. This is actual training process that you need to apply in the organization. Training is a tactic. You might have heard about these days, everybody is a trainer. People think it's a very easy task to be a trainer. It's not an easy task at all. Training is some thing that you have to learn over the years. You have to learn practical approach. You have to understand the level of the employees. You have to understand the level of the trainees. You have to understand the material, the modern stuff that you want to share with people. You must have an experience of learning from the organizations what are the top trends in the organization that you want to share with your trainees. So training is not an easy task that everybody can be a trainer. Only few people who are having such exposure can be like that, and they have learned from education, from their degrees, from their traveling, from their offices, from training and development opportunities, so people can be equipped with those skill sets. So needs assessment, if you see the first one, is identifying training needs at the organizational, job, and individual levels. So you want to find out that why you want to give training to people, whom you want to give training, what is the task to be performed, and you think some people performing that task, but its task is not effective, so you want to give training to them. So this is a task analysis. What about the organization? Organization wants that overall all employees should be trained because they want to be efficient in their job descriptions. So organizational analysis, that your organization can afford that one. And of course, the people analysis, that who's motivated, who really wants to work on some of the task, and that person needs a training for that reason. So it's all like analysis of the training. The other point in this needs assessment is that do not give training to all of the people, only few people. So you analyze the training required, is the training not required? If the training required, to which people is the training required? To people who will stay in the company? How much is the financial constraint of the training? Do we provide that training, or we should not provide the training? So we have to find those always. And most of the people, they ask me this kind of question, that why we should provide training, because people will leave. Yes, people can leave if you provide them training and you're not utilizing that training in the organization. Then people will find other place where they can utilize the same training experience, some other places. So if you really want to give training, people first of all got to be proactive to identify that after the completion of the training, this training will be utilized in the same company. Then people will not leave, they will stay, they will contribute special to your company. So that's the needs assessment, and the designing the training program. Now, this is a really important one. Objectives. HR is involved over there. What are the contents? What are the learning principles? What are the delivery methods? It's a case based, or it's simulation based, or it's a discussion based. It's a debate based. It's a flipped base, all of those academic things you might have heard about. So those delivery methods will be there, but most importantly is the learning objectives, learning principles, what the outcomes would be after the completion of this training. What are the contents you're teaching to them? Are you just teaching them contents? Are you giving them practical exposure? Are you achieving the objectives of the training of the department? Then you can properly design the training program. And while designing that training program, it's not that they just to give all independence to the trainer. Definitely, he might have independence in teaching, in training method, but you, as an HR person, you have to work together with that person to find out, to brainstorm, to formulate some of the strategies, focus on those current contents, modern contents that will be taught in the training program, so that you can later on achieve the objectives. And once you're focused and you're so clear about needs assessment and designing the training program, you definitely got to conduct the training using the chosen methodologies which you like. And then you wait. After the training is completed, you can evaluate that before training it was 50%. Now after training is 60% or 70%. So you are getting good progress. But if there's something wrong, that before you had 50% and after training is still you have 50% or less, or not significant improvement into that one, that means the training was not effective. So you have to be very careful to ensure that the effectiveness should be there after you spend loads of money and time and process on this training program. There are definitely varied training methods, a couple of them on the job training, learning by doing apprenticeship, internships, and all that. Workshops, definitely seminar, conference. These are regular programs that you can arrange in the organization. But online course, virtual simulation, this is very important in modern times because you learn decision making, you learn evaluations, you learn the simulation, so that you can apply same kind of processes in the organization from those online courses. And of course, there could be blended learning as well, combining online and in-person methods, synchronous, asynchronous methodologies, modes. So that will also give an idea how the training should be provided to the employees. And this was actually my purpose, to let you know what is the training process and how you implement that in your organization. And that's why I was interested that you should learn the designing training program and needs assessment, which we have talked about. And in the last paragraph, you see we can measure the effectiveness of training through this is Kirkpatrick's 4-level model: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. Learning, much interested you are in that, you show positive approach towards that, and you are definitely excited to come up with the results after that. So there are various models you might have heard about, Cobb's, David Cobb's, many other models are there for training. You can always refer and enhance your skills about the training, but this training process which I've given you is the brief one and focused one, so that you can learn and have an exposure once you work in human resource department. There are quite a few challenges and future trends of training and development, keeping up with the technological advancements. Yeah, this we talked about. Number one and number four, the rise of AI and machine learning in training as well. So these things we can combine in modern ways that should be given to employees. So modern contents, technological advancements should be considered. But of course, from the human resource point of view, is second and third, aligning training with the strategic goals. And you got to ensure that the engagement and transfer of learning is there. That is there in the training program. The last two also related with human resource management, but mostly to interpersonal skills, the increasing importance of soft skills development, and the move towards personalized learning experiences, which company has embedded in your personalized company portals, where you can have self-paced programs, self-paced learning as well. There some of them are mandatory, some of them are voluntarily, so that you can have some experience. For example, there are some of the good companies, what they do, they have the planned program available on their portal. So employees are supposed to go on the portal and learn and complete that certificate, something like that. So certificate in, for example, in the diversity certificate, in inclusion certificate, customer service certificates in using technology and such things. So you, because you're learning over there, if you were learning and if you are having some authoritative role in any organization, try to create some of the videos or some of the training sessions and upload on the employees portal so that they can learn automatically over there. Some of the contents you can put modern contents or management contents, leadership or human resource management, policy based. That all depends what you are interested in your employees to learn. So this was another brief session that has helped us to talk about the training process, and before that I talked about the uh, why training and development is required. So all of this is for you so that you can apply and become HR professional. So as usual, be a smart HR professional, train and mentor employees. uh, you mentor employees, you train employees with reference to organizational productivity. That's great. So you just completed number 20, training and development. I will be very excited to see you soon in the next session. Thank you very much.